All right,
Okay.
John, best visual effects. Give me your 3 and or 1 or 2. Best visual effects.
Ooh, visual effects. Ooh. I think I can make three out of that.
Okay.
Uh, we'll start with number three. We're gonna go with Moana 2. We're gonna go with Moana 2. It was
Interesting.
it was colorful. It was bright. When we saw it in IMAX, I felt in many scenes like I was floating, like the waves were taking me on the adventure with them, like we were flying through the air. It was a calm. It felt like a unique experience. So I can give Moana 2 at number three. So visual effects. Number two, I'm going with Godzilla X Kong because Godzilla X Kong was awesome. So all the effects with that, and yeah, my number one, because we're talking about VFX, right?
Yeah, VFX.
Yeah, yeah.
Visual
Number
effects.
one, I'm
Yeah.
going with Dune 2 because the between Arrakis and I'm trying not to get it confused because I'm watching Dune Prophecy as well. So between Arrakis and all the ships and like the weapons and the sandworms, and yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. So Dune 2 would be my top pick.
All right. I feel those. I have something similar in there. How about you, Anthony? What you got?
My number three, my number one won't be a surprise. I'll just do that. My number one is Dune 2 as well, for all the things you said. It's just an incredible visual experience. Incredible. My number two, you're not gonna like, but remember, this is in the category of visual effects. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Come
Oh
on,
my gosh.
look at the movie.
Wow.
Don't look at the
Wow.
script, look at the visuals.
Wow.
The category is visual
Wow.
effects.
Wow.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And to prove that I'm not playing favorites, my number three choice is a movie that I did not like at all,
Ooh.
but it had some incredible visual effects.
Okay.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Interesting pool
Yeah,
there.
those are some great effects. They even top the effects from the previous Ghostbusters, which I loved. But I could not stand Frozen Empire. But the visual effects are really incredible. It's kind of a tie for three, that or Civil War.
Interesting.
Very different types of effect work in both of those, but yeah, there you go.
All right. My number one, Dune Part 2 with you gentlemen.
Hey,
Dune Part
Hey.
2 is my number one. I definitely agree with you there. Making its return onto my list, like I said, you're going to start seeing it come up quite a bit. The Substance. The Substance had some visual effects in there,
Yeah.
quite a bit, to pull off a lot of the monster stuff. There's some practical in there, but visual effects to do a lot of certain things that they did with the Substance required some great visual effects, and so that's my number two. Number three, which I'm surprised you didn't say this one, Anthony. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Anthony. I'm surprised
Hey,
at
do
you.
me a favor. Remember what I said for number three? That's gone. Move Beetlejuice down to number two. Furiosa is number two now. Or
Wow.
No
number
worries.
Wow.
how did I forget about it? It's on my top 20 of the year.
Furiosa, yeah, killed it. Right there with Dune and some, yeah, that was it for
That's
me.
ridiculous. I'm ashamed of myself.
All right, let's head over to best hair and makeup. Anthony, or was it? I'm sorry, I'm
No, it's on
getting lost
Anthony.
in the sauce again.
Is it on me?
It's on you. Best
Yeah.
hair and makeup. Give me the film. Top three or one or two.
All right. My number three is Maria. Angelina Jolie. If you look at the real Maria Callas, they did some incredible work with her. In moments, she is Maria Callas. She walks like her, but the makeup, the hairstyle, they had to raise her like eyeline. They had to pull back her ears. I saw a little thing on it. They had to stretch one of her cheeks. I don't know, but
Ouch.
yeah, I know. Walking through a whole movie like that. Yeah, it was an incredible job. And I think it worked very well. Number two, I don't know. We'll make that
You
number
don't. You
10.
don't. Again, you don't have to because
Yeah.
we still got a long list and we got to get to our
Yeah.
top tens. So you can shorten it up.
Okay. Then that's two, and then number one's the substance. I was hoping you'd do a makeup so I could have the substance. Yeah, the effects, come on. I mean, practical to the max, dude. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, for all that we've already said it, most people have already seen it. Best makeup of the year. It's the substance.
All right, John, it's on you, man.
Okay. Yeah, I had to revert to my spreadsheet real quick to make sure I
Just keep
had
it at the
something
ready. Keep it at the ready.
at the ready. So yeah, so for hair and makeup, my three are totally gonna be they're totally gonna catch you off guard, except for one. Uh Third, I'm gonna do Maria for all the reasons Tony said. Plus, when I juxtaposed a lot of the pictures of Angelina and the actual Maria Callas, a lot of them were pretty doggone close. So I'll give them props on that. That was good. Um, Alien Romulus. It's a little random. It's a little weird, but I mean, there was hair and makeup going on. So yeah, I'll give Alien Romulus some props. And then a random one, One Love, the Bob Marley movie. That was this year. I know it was a long time ago, but it was this year. A lot
That
of
was
those.
Valentine's Day. That was a great film.
Yeah, great film. A lot of people who were either bald like myself or had low cuts, had dreadlocks and other such braids and cornrows going on and things like that. And people who are smooth faced had beards and goatees and whatnot. So I show them some love. Give One Love my number one.
All right, respect on that.
Very nice.
Definitely. Okay. Um, this was a difficult batch of picks for me.
I'm sorry, Patrick.
Go ahead.
I've got number three.
What you
Beetlejuice,
got?
Beetlejuice. Now go.
Look, man, sign this guy out, bro.
All right. My one and two, because of just the horror effects and again another repeat is gonna happen in Substance is number one. Come on now. The that's where the practical effects came in again. The Substance is gonna come up a lot, y'all. So Substance, that kind of dictated my number two because of what they had to do with fucking Sebastian Stan and a different man.
Good choice.
Amazing. Sebastian Stan is amazing, but they had to do different stages of his makeup to show this condition of what he was portraying with this other gentleman who you'll see in the film who actually has that condition. Great film. Didn't make my time, but it's a wonderful film. But because of that process of what they had to do with Sebastian Stan, I gave that the number two. And number three, the play everybody's loving, Wicked. All the different people, all the little people, everything, all the different areas. That's a lot of hair and makeup and costume design.
Good choice.
Yes.
Yeah,
I gotta give Wicked hair and makeup as my number three. It balances kind of like the one and two because of just all of that. So that's my top three.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
a
sir.
great choice.
All right. So speaking of costume design, John, I'm throwing it back on you. Because it's on you, right? Because I think you started it.
Is
Anthony. Who am I pushing it to? I'm forgetting.
John,
you're on the spot. John, why don't you rock it? Costume design. Give me your top 1, 2, or 3. Or again, you can only do. You don't have to do all three if you can't think of them. Costume design.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll start with Wicked. We'll start with Wicked. At number. Well, we all know why between the witches and everything else that was on there. But hey, number two, throw a random one out there, man. Rebel Moon Part 2.
Hey.
Whoa, that's a real left.
Hey, let's keep it interesting. Okay.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I went with my number two, to be honest.
Yes. So
I didn't go that particular film, but I went left field with it.
Yeah. So Rebel Moon Part 2, I'll give it that. And then in the same genre, I mean, number one, I'll go ahead and I'll give it to Dune 2.
Okay.
For the same reasons as Rebel Moon, but yeah, Dune 2, the costumes were incredible, so they deserve it.
All right, Anthony, it's on you, brother.
Number three, Beetle. No, I'm just kidding.
Get
Number
out of here. Sign this guy out.
number three.
I could see that though, to be honest, because you go
Oh
to
yeah,
underworld and all
that
of
would
that.
totally
So,
work for this, but I have 3 over it. It's number 4. Number 3 is might be out of left field. Conclave.
respect on
The
that. I could
costumes
see
are
that.
incredible in that thing. It's
Interesting.
beautiful. The pageantry of it all, incredible. My number 2, Furiosa.
Pretty
And
open. Yep.
yeah, I mean,
That's a
just
good one.
great stuff. Always, any Mad Max movie will get a costume throw. And I have to admit, I have a tie for number 1 because I can't, and it's 2 very different types of costumes. And my first choice of the tie should have been on best makeup as well. Nosferatu. Not getting a lot of talk this awards season, and it makes me sad. The costume design is just beautiful.
I think it's also because they have a Christmas Day release. So it's still not a lot of people have seen it. Some critics have seen it. I've seen it 3-4 times now already.
Yeah,
But,
I'm going for my
Yeah.
second on Friday. It's just, I mean, there's beauty in that darkness, and the
Oh, yeah.
costume is a part of it. And my number 1 is Dune 2.
Okay.
Just insane costume design on that film. And look, honorable mention, definitely Wicked, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take that a little bit further. I'm gonna start with my number 3 for the period, and just kind of bringing back to life this little show that could do and made it happen. Lorne Michaels, Saturday Night.
Nice.
Everything that I know as a big fan of SNL, and them trying to capture that moment, that costume department put that in there. We had the Bumblebee suits. They just all these little nuggets of costuming to recreate that time period that they did in Saturday Night. So that gets the nod.
It was flawless.
Flawless.
Mhm.
Number 2, Anthony Furiosa, brother.
Hey,
Furiosa.
we're back.
It's in there. Like, come on now. They
Yeah.
did all of that, and I gotta give Wicked number 1. Just outstanding with what they did, hair and makeup, all of that, and then down to the costumes. I think they killed it.